Hello, everyone, and welcome back to I Am Stormwalker. Before I go any further, I just want to let everyone know that my name is Deborah Ruffin. I know I don't say my name on, the other videos, but today I just felt like I need to share with you guys who I am. I am Deborah Ruffin, aka I Am Stormwalker. I wanted to talk to you guys about, a prophecy that was spoken over me like years on top of years ago. And in this prophecy, this apostle, he came up to me and said that God wanted to use me, in helping other women heal from broken heart, from a broken heart. I mean, during this time, since I like helping people, it was like an exciting thing. Like, okay, God, you want to use me, to help, other women heal, in their broken heartness, because I know I have been through some things, in my life. But I didn't realize that I had to lose my son in order for this to come to pass. I mean, back in 2009, my oldest son Dre was murdered. Um, During that time, my whole world was like gone. My whole world was like shaking. Like, I can't explain it. I'm trying to, get through this, without, being too emotional. But y'all, that was my child. That was my son. That was my oldest baby. So anyway, through as the years, passed after that, because it took me a long time. And actually, to be honest, just this year, 2021, which is 12 years later, I'm finally getting to that point where I'm healing. Like, this is my healing process. This is to the point of where I am in a position where I can talk about this to other mothers, and share in their grief, share in their hurt, feel their pain, and experience, you know, this death of a child with them. Excuse me, y'all. But anyway, um, like I said, maybe a few years, after that, God was dealing with me, like on writing a book. I wasn't in no position to write no book. I didn't want to write no book because writing a book would means that I would have to relive this over and over again until, the book was done. And I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that phone call. I wasn't ready to hear that my son has been killed. I wasn't ready to bury my child. People always say a parent isn't supposed to bury their child. Okay, it fortunately it don't happen like that in everybody's life. Because I had to bury mine. Um, and like I've said in other posts or whatever, no parent wants to be a part of this club, but as I was saying, and even after the years after that, it took me a long time to write the book. Actually, I just wrote it like last year and it got published this year. Um, but not realizing that it was going to be hard for me, to do. But I knew that since God was telling me that I had to write this book, I knew that He was going to be there to give me the strength to go through it, to, help me to heal, and, to give me the right words to say, in it. And I know that unforgiveness played a big part, you know, of unforgiving the man that, took my son's life. And unforgiveness was the thing that was holding me back. It was like keeping me from moving forward. Like I had no inner peace. I had no no nothing. I mean, it was like I was just like empty, and so many times I just prayed and was just asking God, like, Lord, what is it? Why can't I move forward? Why can't, you know, I move on with my life? I was feeling like stuck. It was like my life was always at this crossroad where I didn't know whether to turn left or turn right. But during this process, God was teaching me about forgiveness. And once I learned to forgive the guy that wrote, y'all forgive me. Once I forgave the guy who murdered my son, it was like a peace that came over me, just pushing me to the to move forward. It was like a different feeling, once I actually forgave him, for what he had done. But anyway, and as the years was going by, I was asking God, well, okay, well, how am I gonna, help other women, heal of their broken heart? This was all before my son, was killed. And I was, just praying and asking God, how am I supposed to help these women? And like I said, not knowing that I had to lose my son in order for, this prophecy to come to pass. I wasn't ready for that. But anyway, as after the passing of my son, and God was dealing with me, to write the book, He was showing me that this was my way of helping other people, because it's allowing me to share my story about everything that I went through, as far as my son. And I have the book right here, and it's called I Wasn't Ready. I'm trying to position it so that the glare won't be in there. But the book is called I Wasn't Ready. And it's actually my first book. I hate that I had to lose my son in order, for me to write this. But I'm learning that God doesn't make any mistakes, that God, uses what He uses to get us to another level. And I think a part of me, if I had known that I would have to lose my son in order to help other women heal from their brokenness, I don't think I would have received it as excited as I was. I just don't believe that I would have received it, because it would have been like, okay, God, but why? Why do I have to lose, one of my children in order to help somebody else? And like I said, I don't think that I would have received it, the way that I did. But as part of my life's journey, that is part of my walk. Our our journeys, I feel, are already mapped out, or already, in place. It's just us, we have to walk it out. And losing my oldest son, my baby, my Dre, it was part of my journey. But in writing this book, though, I can say that it allowed me to heal. It was like it was the beginning of my healing. And it, God was showing me, okay, this is what I need you to do. I need you to share your story, with other mothers, to let them know how you made it through. And, talk about everything. And in this book, I talk about everything. I talk about the good times. I talk about the bad times. I even talk about times where I was ashamed, ashamed of some of the things that transpired before his birth. I talk about all of that. And but I thank God, that he allowed me to be Dre's mom for 22 years, and I did the best that I could for those 22 years. You know, there's some things that I wish that I could have had a chance to say to him, but I couldn't. And there's some things, that I wish that I could take back, that happened between us while he was on this earth, but I can't. But I do know that I'm making him proud of me. I know that I'm making my son proud of me. And I promised him that I would never let his name go in vain. That I would, his name would forever live in my heart and in the hearts of, his brother and his sister, you know. And it's like losing a child is not, it's not easy. It's not an easy process. Like I said, I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I thought I was going to lose my mind. I was ready to commit suicide because I didn't want to live without my child. But, like I said, through the years, God has been giving me the strength. And even like after, my son was killed, God was like placing women in my life who was going through the process after my son was killed. And it was like, God, I can't help these women when I can't even help myself. Like, how can I encourage these women when I need a word of encouragement? Like, how can I be there for them? Like, how can I talk to them? How can I help them through the healing process when I'm still going through this myself? And but the amazing thing about God, it was just like he was giving me strength. Even though I was going through, what I was going through with my son, and the things, and his death was like still fresh when a couple of people went through it like right after that. you know and but God, he gave me the strength to talk to them, even though I was hurting, not realizing at the time. But as I was talking to them, it was allowing me to, become healed, to receive my healing as well, because I was able to laugh and cry with them, as we, shared our stories or whatever. And not only that, but maybe like 3 or 4 years later after that, God had laid it on my heart for me to start a support group, for women who have lost children. And back then it was called Rough Angels Ministries, but this year I've changed the name to Healing Wings of Dre. And all the proceeds from this book is going to go to the Healing Wings of Dre, because it's a nonprofit, so I, have to accept, I accept donations. And, maybe like during the summer, I'll be able to, do like, fundraisers and stuff because I'm in a whole different state now. Back then that happened in Ohio, and now I'm living in Georgia. So, and I don't know like too many people around here. So, but um, yeah. And like I said, this is one. This is the book that I written, and it's called "I Wasn't Ready." Because I wasn't ready. No parent is ready to lose their child. But God gave me the strength to write it, and the book is now available on Amazon, and I will, post a link to Amazon down in the comment section once I put this video on YouTube. Um, but I thank you guys just for listening, and I thank you guys for just walking this walk with me. I thank you um, just for being here with me, just for your love and support. And I just ask that if you know anyone that have gone through the death of a child, and um, or maybe you have gone through it yourself, I do believe that everything that I went through in here, God allowed me to share it, and I do believe that it will help you. Um, I told God, if I can just reach just one person, just one mother, if I could just reach one mother to let them know that it's okay to hurt, it's okay to cry, it's okay to scream, it's okay to feel numb, it's okay to understand that God doesn't make no mistakes. We might not realize it at the time, but it may not look like that at the time. And it's okay to be mad at God. People tell me all the time, you ain't supposed to be mad at God, but it's okay. To me, it's okay to be mad at God. It's okay to question God. He may not give you all the answers that you want, but it's okay to question Him. And like I said, I just wanted to share my story, and I want to thank you guys in advance for your love and your support. And I just ask that you purchase a book on Amazon, because like I said, all proceeds will be going to my nonprofit organization called the Healing Wings of Dre, which I'm trying to start, really start, and get out there and doing what God has called me to do. Um, it's been hard, like I said, because I live in Georgia and I don't really like know nobody here. But I believe that God will place people in my life, who will be a blessing to me and who will help me, through this process. But once again, I just ask that you guys, to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I will be coming back, on real life issues. It may be sometimes that I might not can't sleep at night, and I just want to get up and just talk, and I just want to be able to help somebody. I want to be able to, just share my story with other people. And all I ask is that you hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Um, I pray that you guys stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your week. And I thank you guys for listening to me on today. And thank you for, just taking out your time, taking out, time out of your busy schedule to, listen to me. Once again, God loves you guys. I love y'all. And keep your head up. Stay strong. And no matter what, God got us, so we got this. Much love. Peace.